Hello, everybody. In the past, many of you perhaps had serious doubts about DV Plus in Spain, but things are changing very fast in the last times. Perhaps many of you will remember the moment in July when the General Secretary of State of Telecommunications said, hey, this is going to change. In what way is it going to change? Yeah? This announcement we made in July in Madrid. And some days later, we had a consultation about the need of changing the Spanish regulation. Yeah? It was some very unexpected for the private sector. The private sector was always reluctant regarding DB+, but they said, well, this change don't affect to us, hey, come on, let's go, yeah? So the answers to the consultation were, in general, positive, and the second step was to have a new royal decree on digital radio in Spain. And the draft of this new royal decree was presented in September, yeah, and we had a period of consultation opened for comments from 2 October to 4th of November. So these are current news in Spain. Yeah? We are working very fast in order to go to the real deployment. And what about this draft of royal decree? It's not about switching AM or FM, because we need to deploy DAB+, and it's limited. It's limited because it's the first step, but the first step towards a general deployment. Yeah, it will have limited impact in the private sector in this first stage, but RTVE said we need digital radio for many reasons that you know. And in this case, okay, let's do it. So RTVE, go ahead, yeah? And this is more or less the idea of this proposal of royal decree. And we considered to include in the law the ESA. As far as we know, we will be the first country in Europe to include ASA mandatory, because perhaps you will remember, you have to remember the disaster that we had last year in Spain with the Tana in Valencia. Yeah, so the authorities are very sensitive. Yeah, and they say, oh no, okay, fantastic, and if it's possible to deploy from the very first moments ASA in Spain, let's go ahead with it. Yeah. So this is the current situation. The current situation is from 25 years ago, more or less, yeah? And this is the new situation. We are moving from DAB to DAB+. DB+ is abducted, yeah, in the 2 multi-frequency multiplexes. And you can see that one of the multiplex is for Radio Nacional de España, RTVE, yeah? And the second one is for the private radios, yeah? And this is very good because we can deploy coverage in our multiplex. We don't depend on privates to deploy DB+. We have nowadays 6 stations. We will have the possibility of going to 12 radio stations in Spain. It is something very unusual, yeah, very unusual. And we need a very fast deploy of coverage in 3 phases, yeah? And perhaps in 2 years, more or less, we are going to increase the coverage and until the 80% of the Spanish population, yeah? And of course that DB Plus is very important in all vehicles, and the new Royal Decree will have a special consideration for covering roads. In the case of the regional radios, yeah, in Spain we have comunidades autónomas. There are autonomous regions, and the word in this case is flexibility. Flexibility, yeah. Nowadays they are not deployed digital radio, but if they want to deploy, they will be able to deploy. We have the example of Balearic Island, yeah. Balearic Island nowadays has resolved a tender, yeah, and they are very ambitious because they want to go to an FM equivalent in the first stage, yeah. It's very easy because they are islands, so it's very easy to plan, yeah. But will be the first example in Spain to have digital radio on the 3 levels: national, autonomic, yeah, regional, and local radio, yeah. And obviously it will be in the future, yeah. But it's a good news, this flexibility, because it was impossible to achieve a common agreement for deployment digital radio on the comunidades autónomas, yeah. 2 days ago, we had a very important announcement, because we said, hey, after 88 years, we are going to switching off medium wave. We know that there are 27 countries that have switched off medium wave in Europe, and Spain was one of these countries that still had new wave. But we switch off medium wave because we are going to digital radio, DAB+. And if I had the possibility, I will play the spot that currently is. I don't have the possibility. Perhaps you can play, yeah? This is the spot.
Durante décadas, la onda media nos llegó hasta aquí.
Hoy, Radio Nacional de España.
Buenas tardes.
Muy buenas tardes, señor Casamayor.
Hola, buenos días, Luis Delón.
Esa frecuencia se apaga porque la radio evoluciona contigo.
Ahora nos escuchas en FM, en la web, en tu móvil y también en DAB+. Porque la radio evoluciona y no se detiene.
Radio Nacional de España, la radio por delante.
Radio por delante.
La radio por delante.
Perhaps you have heard DAB+, DB+, yeah? So, well, these are the news from Spain. And the next steps is to go towards this progress, to approve this Royal Decree. And this is more or less the date, autumn of 2026, yeah? So these are the news I had to do this morning, and thank you so much.
Round of applause for Javier. Thank you, Javier.